Okay, got a Cadillac CTS 2004. Okay, this is the second part of the video of replacing your catalytic converters. Okay, this was I kind of have to speak up fast because I don't have too much time on my, or too much memory on my cell phone. This one is the passenger side. I have to cut it. I did show in one of my videos how much of a rough time I had. I had to cut this is the one that goes into the intake, and it goes this is where it connects to the intake, and this side I couldn't get it out, so I had to cut it and break it off once it got weak enough on that side. That was about the only way that I could get that bolt off. The driver's side, a lot easier, but the sensor, the oxygen sensor, I had to cut it off to get it out and rewire the new one. See, this is from the new one. I had to cut the new one and splice the wires. Then I used this the heat wrap or whatever this thing is. They sell them on auto parts, just to make sure. Then after that, I use electrical tape around it just to double make sure nothing goes in it. Then yeah, this is a lot easier. But I did put the gasket, put everything back in there. After I put up the gasket and reinstall everything off, there was a leak. All right, I turned on the car and there was a leak. Then took it apart, went to the auto parts and got another gasket, thinking that it wasn't, the gasket that they sent me wasn't thick enough, so I did put double two gaskets on one. Then I put some type of sealer. They sell them for it. It turns like metal after it dries. It's liquid, but then it turns like metal after it dries. Okay, then I got everything tore apart, put all that, put it back together, wait for like 2 hours for that the epoxy or whatever that thing was to dry. Then turn on the car and it was still had a leak right where it connect from the intake to the catalytic converter. All right, so the leak was right here on both sides. Okay, it had a shield. Okay, they have like a heat shield, and the third time I had to take it all apart and get that shield off, that heat shield off, and put more of that epoxy or whatever that thing is. You see how hard it turned to be? That's the white stuff on it, on both sides. Okay, I don't know if it's right there, then I put everything back on it. Then now I have no leak. But this turned to be like a 4-day project, just because I didn't have the right tools and that a lot of issues. I mean, I see why shops charge so much to do it, but it can be done. It can be done. On this side, on the driver's side, I had to get the shield off. I didn't put them back on, to be honest with you. I didn't put it back on, the top one, just because the car probably end up keeping it until like another 4 or 5 years until it just gives up, you know. It's just, hopefully by then I have enough money saved up for a new one. Let me see if I have the keys. I don't have the keys, otherwise I would have turned it on so you guys can hear it. You can hear it. Let me